Hello guys, in this video I will talk about how to configure TestNG SuiteFile in the Pom.xml. Okay, so actually it is very simple. What you need to do is go to your Pom.xml and this piece of code you need to write. Okay, inside the build tag you have to write plugins. Inside the plugins tag you have to write plugin, and then you can write a group ID is equal to org Apache Maven plugins, artifact ID, version, and then inside the configuration tag we need to write suite XML files. And this suite XML files, so actually you can do multiple files here. And inside this suite files, okay, we can write multiple TestNG XML file. So as of now I have written only one file which is available in the src main resources folder. So if I have to show you, in src main resources folder inside the test suite, right? So src main resources test suite, we have all test.xml. so we have added one xml file here. If you want more you can add more also. So to add more file, just you can copy paste this line one more time and you can write one more test suite, let's say one. So you can add as many as test suite you have in your project, and just you need to add this line. Also writing these things is very simple, you don't need to remember. Also you can just write C, you can just write build will come. Inside the build you can go for plugins. Okay, write slash p control space bar, plugins will come. Inside the plugins slash plugin, just enter the plugin. Inside the plugin you can write group id slash g control space bar. So you have something called group id. So like you can build, it's not tough. Okay, just write angle bracket and you write the name and do control space bar, it will come. So this we have added. Okay, so this guy now will make sure that your all TestNG suite file will get executed. So let me, I don't have this suite file, so just delete this, command D. And how to run? So to run that, very simple, this pom.xml you have right click, go to run as, and just click on Maven test. So when you click on Maven test, your all XML test will get executed, and as usual you will get a report, extent report, as well as you will get emailable HTML report. So that's how you should configure this uh, test suite in the pom.xml. Now, is there any way where, okay, first of all, before jumping to the next topic, what is the benefit of this? See, the benefit is what happens when you have a project, you can have multiple test suite. You can have the test suite based on your module, like login module.xml, registrations module.xml, product category module.xml. You can have multiple XML. To run all the testng.xml in one shot, ideally not possible. Okay, you can run one by one, but through pom.xml you can write all your suite file in one shot, and you can execute all your testng suite file in one shot, and this will help you, everything will get executed one by one. Second thing, is there any way where we can supply some test data to all the test scripts? Like, is there any way through pom.xml we can supply the test data to all the test scripts? Yes, there is a way where we can supply the input data to all your test script. So to do that, what we need to do is, what you can do that is, in your configurations before XML you can just write system property variables, this two line. Okay, so when you write system property variables, in the tag you write username, and then in the username tag you write dollar curly braces d username, and password you write dollar curly braces d password and password, and then close the system property variable. So what will happen now, through your pom.xml I can supply username and password to your test script, to any of the test script I can supply. So how do you test that? How do you test that we are able to supply this username and password to your test scripts? So there are simple way. What we can do that is, let me go to the test base. Okay, and if you try to recollect, there is a locations where we are using that, object reader dot reader. Okay, so go to this get URL. So what I will do is, this get URL, go to the implementations of the get URL. So press control and click on open implementations. Just press control mouse over on that and click on open implementations. So we are here, right? So what I will do is, let me remove this print statement. What I can do here is, I can just write, if I can write one logic. So to read the data from pom.xml, we have to write system dot get property, not properties, get property, and give the key name. So what is the, sorry, not in username. Okay, so let me go for URL also. Okay, so that I can see that which URL is getting navigated. So I can write, uh, I will go here and I will add one more tag saying that URL. Here also write URL, and here you write DURL. Now we have added one URL here. So I'll go here and I will just do if it URL, okay, not is equal to null. If it is not null, which means we are supplying from pom.xml, if this is the case, return this URL, right? Return this. So it will never go to this line, because it will go to the first line and it will get returned. Now how to test this? It is very simple. Go to this pom.xml, okay, do a right click, go to run as, go to the pom.xml, go to the run as, and go to the run configurations, go to the run configurations, and I want to supply the URL. So go to the argument, and in this argument, so 1 second, first what you have to do, first you go and run once this, first do run as Maven install. Always first you do run as Maven install, that pom.xml you have to run once and stop that. Just run once and stop that. That's it you have to do. Now go to the pom.xml, right click, run as, go to the run configuration and go to the arguments. Here you have VM arguments. So you just write -d URL is equal to. So what URL you want to navigate to. So let's say if I have to do gmail.com, let me get this URL. Okay, so what I can do, I can just write like this. So now what happens when we write like this, your all script should get this URL. Just do apply and click on run. Launching. Okay, so now again you go do right click, do run as, and do Maven test. Always you have to do right click, run as, and do Maven test. So what we have to see, that what URL is getting navigated. So test is started, test is launching. Let's see that what URL it is getting navigated. Okay, so it is going to some other data which we have not given. So 1 second. Let me go to the test base again and let me see that the changes which we have done in the reader. So we have a class called property reader. We have written if not is equal to null, then get this URL. Okay, so if not is equal to null. Let me comment this. Or let me not comment that. What I'll do is, I think, just press here. I mean, just put a debugger here. Okay, I just put a debug point here. Go to your pom.xml, right click. So first go to the run configurations. From run configurations, you take this argument, VM argument, and you do right click, go to debug as, and go to the debug configurations. Here you go to the arguments. Okay, so it's already there. So just click on debug. Undefined variable d username. It is saying that undefined variable d username. Is there anything wrong in my pom.xml? D username, d password, d URL. Why it is saying that undefined variable name d username? Do we, okay, I think we need to supply this data, run as, sorry, debug as Maven configurations, and we have just given one argument d URL. We have given only one argument. So okay, so I think we have to supply all three. So what we can do, we can go to the property reader and we can write this logic everywhere. So you copy this from here and you just paste it here, you just paste it here, and here we can write username. Same thing will write here because the same name we have given in the pom.xml, so we have to make sure that this name should match. Okay, username. Again, take this password from here, come to property reader, and if it is not null, then get from. So when null will come, when we will not supply. Now go to this pom.xml, right click, debug as, debug configurations, go to the arguments. In the arguments, we can give minus d user name is equal to, let's say, test some data. Okay, I don't need to write in double quote. Similarly, I can write minus d password is equal to test 1 2 3. So all three I have given. Apply, debug. Launching all test.xml has encountered a problem. Undefined variable d username. Okay, why it is saying that undefined variable d username? D username, d password, and d URL. Yeah, so let me debug that why this is error is coming. Hello guys, I figured out the issue. Okay, what was the actual issue? Let me show you the actual issue. So the actual issue was with the design of pom.xml. So what we can do is, in the pom.xml, if you look at here, okay, uh, inside the configurations, whatever I have shown you, the system properties variables, right, you should write like this. You should write system property variables, property name is equal to username, value is equal to dollar username. Again, one more property name password, value is equal to password. Again, property name is equal to URL, value is equal to URL. So if you write like this, right, in that case you can supply this data to your tester script on the runtime. Okay, you can supply that. So just you need to remember this much, that's it. Till this plugin you need to remember, which I have added for the TestNG SuiteFile as well as for the supplying the data to your tester script. Okay, on the top of that I have added one more plugin which is for just which JDK version you want to use when you are building the project. So I want to use 1.8 this JDK, and this is Maven compiler plugin. So I want to use Maven compiler plugin to build that. So inside the plugins I have added one more plugin, right? Now wherever you want to read the data, okay, like now we are supplying username, password and URL through pom.xml. Now if you remember, in properties reader we are using that, so I will go to that file, properties reader PRO. So just do control shift R. So when you do control shift R, one pop-up Eclipse pop-up will come, then you can search your class name, control shift R. Okay, so yeah, then you can just write your class name, property reader. Okay, so you go to this class, and when you go to this class, in this class if you try to recollect, I have written all the informations in the bottom. So system.get property which will take from pom.xml, if not null, get the data, else you get from properties file. So it's like, you know, fallback. If this is not there, go to there again. If it is not null username, get from properties file. If it is not, get from password. Then we have to test that, so that we'll come to know whether we are able to supply or not. So to test that, you go to suite file, TestNG SuiteFile, or you go to pom.xml. So you right click on the pom.xml, go to run as, go to run configuration. In run configurations, now go to arguments. In the arguments, here I have given -d URL is equal to facebook.com. okay, -d URL, just do so I have already applied, so click on first apply and then click on run. So when you do that, you can see that now when the applications will launch, it will go to the Facebook site. So let's see that how applications is getting launched. See, it should go to the Facebook site. See, it is going to facebook.com because we are supplying. So now your all the script will go to the Facebook site. Okay, so let me stop this execution. Now the same thing will happen at the suite level also. So this suite level, right? So I want to supply the data to the suite level. So do a right click, do run as, go to the run configurations. Always you have to go for the run configurations. In the run configurations, go to the argument, and here we have already do d -d URL. So if you want to supply more data, you can just d -d, you can write user name is equal to test 123, right? So you can supply multiple data, click on apply, click on run. So now again you are running the TestNG SuiteFile, and here also you are supplying the data from VM argument. Okay, so this VM argument your pom.xml will read on the runtime, and then it will supply to your test script. So you can see that it is going to again Facebook page. This is about the suite. Now the test also, see any test, let's say you go for this login test. This login test I am not going to run to the URL what we had earlier. So what I will do, I will do a login test, right click, I will do run as, and I will go to the run configurations. Okay, so once you go to the run configurations, is this the login page? No, this is not the login test. So when you come here, you have to select the right class. That is also important. So this is the login test. Okay, this guy is the login test. So you have to click on the login test, go to the arguments, and here you just write -d URL is equal to http, just write /test.com. So now it will go to the test.com, apply, run. So now your test will go to the some test.com. So let's launch the browser. So see that this should go to some test.com. Yeah, it is going to some test.com. Okay, but what happens when you don't supply? It will pick up the default data. So go to right click, again right click on the test, go to run as, and go to the run configuration. So in run configurations, if you go to the VM argument, okay, remove this VM argument, not required now. So now it will pick up the properties file data, okay, because we have written the conditions, like if uh, not is equal to null, then only you read from pom.xml, otherwise you read from properties file. So now it should pick up from properties file. Let's see that. See, now it should pick up from the properties file. See, it went to the other site, right? It went to some automationspractices.com. So that's how it works, and this is the benefit. Like, you can supply the data to all your test script when you set at the suite label or when you set at the pom.xml label. So again, I will show you my properties reader. So you should write like this: if somebody is supplying, he can supply, then it will read from pom.xml. If not, it will read from properties file, right? So that's how you should do a coding. So with this, we are done with how to configure TestNG in the pom.xml, how to supply data from pom.xml to all the scripts, and how you should execute, right? Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.